Hey guys, welcome back. In this lecture, we're just going to be covering the structure of the course. Exactly how you're going to proceed as you go through and the kind of things you'll be in for. Now, for each section, I've included an introductory lecture which explains what you'll be learning in that section and how you can apply it and why it's important and so on. This will then be followed by an explanation of the case study we'll be working on. And I've chosen case studies rather than generic examples because generic examples you got like, if I had 5 apples and I had another 6 apples, how many apples do I have? There's no application to real life. So I tried to use case studies on things that you're going to experience from day to day. Now, this also keeps it, more fun and more interesting and gives it a different kind of feel. So after the case study, we're going to go straight into the lectures. Now, the lectures go to about 4 to 7 minutes long on average. So you got some that go over, some that go under. But most of them, 95%, are about between 4 and 7 minutes. So they're not very long lectures. Now, once we finish with the lectures, we're going to go through a quick summary, which just covers everything we learned in that section really quickly. 30 seconds per topic, something like that. Once the summary is done, I'm gonna give you guys a quiz so you can actually test out your skills. Instead of just like watching, be an active participant and really see how much you took in and cool ways you can do certain things. Now, I've placed some tricks and a few curveballs in those quizzes to really see if you're paying attention, and you're not just nodding your head like, yes, teacher, I understand. Okay, so there's tests in there for you. Now, because I'm a student myself, I like to be walked through the solution rather than just being, okay, the answer is 5. I want to see how did you get to 5. So what I've done is I've included videos which show a step-by-step solution to every single quiz. Okay, so I don't leave anything out. I say which buttons to press, what order to press them, how to move around, and so on. So very, very detailed quiz solution. Now, one of the additions I've had to this course, technologically speaking, is I've introduced new video software. Now, this software allows me to zoom in and out of the screen so that if there's like a small button I'm pressing, I can zoom into the button and you'll really see the button. Okay, you don't have to try and squint and try and see it. And one of the other things I'm able to do is to draw on the screen throughout the presentation. Very similar to when you watch replays in sports and they say, look at this player and he's about to move in that direction. That kind of stuff. So really, really helpful. And you know exactly what I'm referring to. Because there's nothing more I hate than, squinting or going, which button did he press? Where did he go? Well, it doesn't help you. And if I can minimize the amount of confusion, it'll just make your life so much easier. So with all these tools, if you're 120 years old and you're missing one eye and your computer screen is broken, you'll still be able to see the screen, okay? You'll still be able to see what button I press. So at least I'm hoping, okay? Now, I've mentioned shortcuts and productivity. One of the things you can do is use shortcut keys on the keyboard rather than clicking on buttons on the screen. Now, what I've found is you can tell someone a shortcut key, but sometimes it doesn't work because they don't get the order right or they don't know where that button is on the keyboard. And so what I've done is throughout the course, I've got overlays of a keyboard on the screen and it pops up like so. And it'll show you exactly where the buttons are that I'm talking about and the order in which to press them. Okay, so extremely useful. I don't think I've seen many people do this, so that makes me pretty cool. Now, once you've completed the entire course, you'll come to a part called Life Management Tools. Now, this is something brand new that I don't think I've seen anyone else do online. So I realized that everyone else teaches Excel the way you would teach how a formula works, right? A is equal to this, B is equal to that, equals that. But I realized that nobody has used it for real life applications. It's always business purposes. Here's how you do a pivot table. Here's how you do a formula to calculate revenue. But you can use this for your life. You can use this for real situations, not business purposes. So I've included this section for things like planning birthdays or planning your holiday, planning a wedding, budgeting for a new car, moving out. even figuring out gifts for the girlfriend, which is a common mistake and, the cause of many marriage breakups. So even things like determining what you want for dinner, a random generator to pick what you want for dinner, helping you to write songs, helping you with music, and so on. There's so many ways you can use Excel. It's unbelievable. So all it takes is a little bit of creativity and imagination, and the sky's the limit on what you want to do. So just as a little proof of what you can do, when I was in university, we designed an entire aircraft on Microsoft Excel. We calculated aerodynamic properties, we calculated dimensions, strength, weight, and all these things. And the great thing was it just automatically calculated every time we changed the value. So a lot of the other groups couldn't do it. So that was pretty cool. Now, as part of the course, there are working files you got to download. Okay, now these are in the form of 90% Excel files, and there's 1 or 2 PDFs that you can download and print out, which you can take to work and help you out later on. So there's that. That's pretty much the structure of the course, and I hope you guys like it as much as I like it. So with all that said, let's get off to the next section. All right, guys, see you soon.